Miombo woodlands, one of the world's most extensive ecosystems, covering more than 300 million hectares, spread over 7 Central and Southern African countries. The climate in the Miombo region is characterized by a long dry season, which alternates with a shorter rain season. The forests provide environmental protection such as erosion control and the regulation of water supplies. All they significantly contribute to the livelihoods of the rural population in the Miombo woodlands region. About 18% of the energy consumption in the countries come from forests, and the Miombo woodlands are the major supplies. The vast resource of the forest sadly lead to uncontrolled overexploitation. And the destruction has already reached alarming levels. Forests are being damaged through slash and burn agriculture, logging from illegal operators, charcoal production, and fires represents the major threats, compromising the stability of Miombo. 300 soccer fields of forest are lost every day in Mozambique. While forest laws and regulations are in place, actual implementation is a major challenge for authorities. 8 million hectares have been lost since 1970, and drastic measures are needed to conserve the forest. Currently, only less than 0.5% are managed by sustainable methods. The destruction of the environment is very much linked to poverty. Communities cut down trees for short-term benefits, creating even big long-term problems, both for the environment as well as for the community themselves. What can be done to protect the forest and those that rely on it? Levas Flor guarantees the protection and conservation of the forest through sustainable business practices. It was created in 2005 and is located next to Gorongosa National Park. The company manages 46,000 hectares of native Miombo forest and employ 265 workers. Levas Flor is currently one of the few companies certified by the FSC in the Mozambican native wood industry for both chain of custody and forest management.
My name is Jeremias. I was born in this forest. I've got 17 siblings. My whole family is sustainable agriculture. At school, I've learned that the forest that my family depends on is disappearing. And I've learned that we have to take care of this forest. That's why I decided that I have to fight and saving the forest.
Levas Flor's long-term objective of not only minimize negative impact, but also to restore the values.
The management system is based on selective low-intensity felling, removing only a few selected trees per hectare. Harvest plans including inventories, roads plans, extraction roads, and take into account environmental impacts before directional felling is carried out. After harvesting, a rehabilitation of disturbed areas are carried out with plant and management of stumps. Another important aspect is fire prevention, which is essential to keep the forest healthy and abundant with species.
We work with the forest institutions in Mozambique and Sweden to secure that we can leave this forest to our children in the better shape.
We work with international FEC standards, which always focus on minimizing disturbance and protecting sensitive habitat. With 100% FEC certification since 2006, we have long experience in perfecting our management methods.
I'm so happy. I'm working with the Levas Flor. We're now developing agriculture sustainable methods for everyone who live in this community so that they can teach them to not open new areas, that so they can share them new technology, to not burning grasses, not to, cutting the trees. So together we will fighting, together we preserve, and together we save this forest.
With our geographic position in the wildlife corridor between Gorongosa National Park and Maromeo Buffalo Reserve, we have attention of many actors. We collaborate with our stakeholders to combat poaching, illegal logging, and raise awareness of the values of healthy forests. By managing the ecosystem, we provide a habitat for many endangered animals and plants that local communities rely on. All medicinal plants needed can only survive as long as the forest remains in balance. By protecting and restoring this forest, we create better economical values, ultimately bigger volumes to explore.
When forests have no value for the local community, they will be destroyed in exchange for short-term benefit. Simple to provide food for the family. If high-value products can be created from the forest, the resource to manage, restore, and protect it become available. Rural development is an important element for the success of conservation. Levas Flor is an example of the use of private investment as a vehicle for social development. The company, therefore, has a strong focus on poverty alleviation in the area in which it operates. An integrated social development program creates job, education opportunities, and better health care. For the past few years, more than 2,500 cases have been treated at the clinic, including the surrounding community. Housing is provided for all their employees. Beekeeping and basketry program in the local community provide an additional income. It is essential to have the community on your side. When benefits are shared with the local community, they will support all efforts to preserve the forest.
Temperature is an essential factor in timber drying, especially when we talk of pallet. Now I'm trying to adjust all the temperatures so that we can get it right in the kilns. I'm responsible for the sawmill production, including the new kilns. It's all about making as valuable products as possible from the logs we get from the restorative forestry management. Perfect sowing is necessary, and even more important is the kiln drying. Now the moisture content is perfect, and these specific boards are going into a house we are building in Toff.
Welcome to my humble home here. When I saw the design and the drawings, and after my conversation with Claudia, Niels, and Lucas, and I also realized that these guys, they do everything for you, from the planning to the finishing touch. So basically, I received the key and I was able to move in. So my stress factor here, you can see I still have all my hairs compared to many other homeowners I met along the way, which haven't had an easy ride like me. So I can say I did the right choices. And I must say, I'm glad waking up every day, seeing the sun, smelling the saltness of the ocean. And you can see everything is strong here, and a beautiful place, I must say. Yeah.
Levas Flor serves as a model, demonstrating it to the rest of the industry and other stakeholders that it is possible to be profitable with sustainable and compatible practices in Mozambique, leaving a positive effect on the environment and the community within.
The use of tropical timber is a part of a solution, not a problem. By restoring and protecting Miombo woodlands, we can create a development established through the job creation and values for those who live in this forest. I have a dream. In the future, the city can be building by wood, creating a possibility to protect and manage the forest. We can build thousands of Levas Flors over the Africa, maybe even the world, to grow back the lost and degraded forest.
Millions of hectares of native forest are right now under threat of getting degraded and finally destroyed. Without creating new sustainable business models for these forests, there is a major risk that most of our native forests will be gone in a few decades. The impact of Levas Flor is visible and proved to be a practical solution to stop the degradation of the forest and keep the ecosystem full of life.